Every soul's refuge. That is Goa for you. Soulful, thrilling, healing, and liberating at the same time. Goa is where enlightenment meets exhilaration through a series of immersive experiences. Glistening under the soft early morning sun, the shimmering white sand crumbles under my toes. Hello, welcome Deo Boro Dis Diam to Goa. So here, follow me, life on fleek Dimita, Goa uninterrupted. Goa unboxed signifies beaches, beats, bikinis, local cuisine, churches, and the ultimate traveler's guide to sunsets, sand, and shindigs. Goa definitely has something for every traveler. It's a place where adventure and relaxation coalesce seamlessly. So pack your backpack, put on your exploring hat, and get ready to unravel the countless facets of this beach paradise. It's not just a destination, it's an unforgettable journey. So travel with me to the lesser known places of Goa, the hidden gems. So I'm at the Kolkata Travel Lounge and I'm off to for a soulful getaway to Goa, and I had my teas, snacks over here, and I'm feeling very excited for my trip. So finally landed at the Manohar International Airport, Panaji, and the airport looks so impressive.
জিনিসটা এরকম ভাবে নিচে তুমি আমার ফটোগ্রাফির সঙ্গে কথা বলবে জানো না যেটা বলবে।
Fortunately, a hotel, the Crescent, was at the Miramar beach, and an urban beach in North Goa. Miramar was once known as the Casper Dyer's Beach. A short distance away from Panjim, Goa's capital city, Miramar is a family-friendly beach but also a perfect place for groups of friends to hang out, as well as fitness lovers who can enjoy morning and evening yoga sessions here. Now, the top things you can do in and around Miramar Beach is the sunset watching, which we're going to do now. eating and drinking down the shore of Miramar.
Hello viewers, my Polaroid is loaded with Goa gorgeousness and I'm going to spill the magic of Goa before you. And my vlog this time will be as breezy as the Goan sea with a pack of punch. And maybe it's the swaying of the palm trees or the dance of the waves or the sun-kissed shore. You will see the marvelous slice of Goa in my vlog. We have decided to go to the Aguada Fort by local vehicle. So we are traveling by the local auto, and after a lot of hassle, we got a decent quotation about 500 bucks from Miramar to Aguada Fort. Then we will wait there for half an hour and then he will drop us to the Sinquerim beach. So this is what we are going to do in the first phase of the morning, and after that we'll decide. Probably I will go to Fontainhas, the very colorful colony, and yes, after that we will discuss about the Fontainhas.
But interestingly, after a couple of minutes, as we were moving towards Condolim, towards Aguada Fort, the auto rickshaw driver and had a verbal spat with us, and he said that now he refuses to take us to Condolim at 500 bucks. We reminded him that it was his own decision to take us there with 500 bucks, but he was quite rude and adamant and refused to take us further. Nowadays in Goa, the auto rickshaws quite often charge as much as a taxi, and the taxis overcharge by fantastic amounts from what they are supposed to, as they absolutely refuse to use meters as in the accepted practice in India in general. So you have to haggle well with them. So we got down there and fortunately met a cab driver, Rajesh, who was going to be our guide for the next few days. And Rajesh turned out to be a very punctual and courteous person, and we really enjoyed our travels with him. Auto rickshaws are a rare scene in Goa nowadays, so cabs or bikes, scooties in Goa are more popular. Now, the bike rental price in Goa keeps fluctuating as per demand. We know the benefits of choosing self-drive bikes in Goa, but since it was during the monsoons that we visited, we decided not to take the risk. So the cab was quite spacious and comfortable.
So off to Aguada Fort. First we will visit the Aguada Fort, then he will drop us to the Sinquerim beach, where we will probably get to see the devil's fingers. I want to have a glimpse of the devil's fingers, and after exploring that portion we will go to Fontainhas, which is the colorful part of the Goan capital, and we will explore the vintage cafes over there. It's believed that Fontainhas is a Portuguese colony, and I am expecting to see a lot of Portuguese architecture over there. So this is the ticket counter for visiting Fort Aguada and the lighthouse. Prior to this, you never had to pay for parking, but in the recent times, you have to pay for your vehicle while you park it here. 30 rupees, I think, for an hour. And the price of the ticket is 50 bucks for two. is a typical example of Portuguese military architecture, and the shape is very unique with a circular portion at the tip and an elongated portion at the end. It's a beautiful red brick fort which houses the central chain and also the lighthouse built during the Portuguese era. 16 kilometers away from Panaji, this Fort Aguada is situated on top of a hill standing on the Arabian Sea, and a bird's eye view of this fort is insanely incredible.
This majestic fort was built on the basis of Italian designs, and laterite stone was used to build this fort.
This fort brings you the perfect blend of Goan history and tradition.
This Aguada fort is divided in two segments. The upper part, which acted as a fort and watering station, while the lower part served as a safe berth for Portuguese ships. So, with a historical legacy of about 400 years, Fort Aguada is a massive and marvelous citadel defining the landscape of Goa. And the fort, together with its lighthouse, is one of the most visited attractions in Goa. So, situated in Candilim, as I've earlier said, which is a major tourist hub in North Goa, Fort Aguada stands overlooking the Arabian Sea and offers mesmerizing views of the surrounding areas. An epitome of Portuguese heritage and architecture, the 17th century fort definitely deserves to be on your itinerary when you head out of your hotels in Goa for a sightseeing trip. So right now we are at the lower fort, the lower part which is extended as a safe berth for the ships belonging to the Portuguese rulers. The fort is enveloped by walls as high as 5 meters and as wide as 1.3 meters. There are bastions that surround the fort on 3 sides, while the fourth side has a gateway that faces the Mandovi River. So my perspective of Fort Aguada today is that although it doesn't have the glory or grandeur of the bygone times, the hilltop fort of Aguada is one of the best places to visit in Goa. Its magnificent architecture as well as the breathtaking views it offers of the Arabian Sea come together to make it a top tourist attraction in the region. It's also a great spot to watch sunsets while in the party capital of India. So one of the most luxurious hotels in Goa, namely the Taj Fort Aguada Resort and Spa, is also housed within the fort walls. Now currently the fort houses a statue dedicated to the freedom fighters of Goa. Every year on 18th June, a ceremony is observed within the fort premises to remember and honor those brave souls who sacrificed their lives for the freedom of Goa. Essentially a watchtower, this fort gives a panoramic view of Panjim city and overlooks the Reis Magos fort on the east and the Sinquerim and Kalangute beaches in the north. Here we witness something very phenomenal. Nestled along the mesmerizing coast of the Sinquerim beach in North Goa, Aguada Fort lies a natural wonder known as the Devil's Finger. The captivating sea arches adorned with striking red arms that resemble fingers reaching out of a pristine white egg-shaped body. The name itself evokes a sense of mystery and allure, drawing countless tourists and adventurers from far and wide to witness this remarkable creation of nature. So we got a glimpse of the Devil's Fingers from the vantage point where we stood on the Sinquerim beach, and we could not visit the cave, which is a sea arch and a natural rock formation carved by years of erosion from wind and waves due to the monsoon season. Now this trek to the Kauratis caves are just a 15-minute walk from the Aguada fort, and these caves are a bit off the beaten path, making them a hidden gem for those willing to trek a little for a rewarding experience. However, this trek can be very dangerous, as a security guard told us, and many accidents occur during the trekking, and recently a young boy fell off from great heights into the sea. The caves are relatively narrow and require careful treading as the rocks can be slippery during the monsoons. Visitors can spend some time exploring Sinquerim Beach, and this popular sightseeing destination offers golden sands and crystal clear waters, perfect for unwinding and relaxing by the shore. The beach is also close to the historic Aguada Fort, which stands as a testament to Goa's rich past and offers a glimpse into its colonial history. However, I was very much disappointed to view the beach from the fort, as the tourists have really polluted the golden beach with trash. So, while enjoying the natural beauty, remember to be mindful of your surroundings and avoid littering. So, the grandeur of the Aguada Fort and the breathtaking coastal views all combine to create an unforgettable experience.
So after watching the insanely beautiful Fort Aguada, I am really contented and now heading towards Fontainhas, the colorful Portuguese colony and the vintage cafes.
It was almost evening when we reached Fontainhas, and we saw the colorful houses, the blue, the yellows, the reds, the oranges with balcoas or balconies, and there were shell windows. We all know that Goa has always enthralled people with its gorgeous beaches, so much that not many of us realize or even explore what is beyond these beaches. So, this time, my itinerary was to delve into the fabulous history and the bygone heritage of Goa. It's not visiting old Goa, it's actually right in Panjim, the Fontaine House, and it's like a walk through the living history of Goa. And a heritage walk through Fontaine House in Panjim is where you can experience the actual culture, a blend of Indian and Portuguese, the one that makes Goa the colorful place it is. The history of Fontaine House, Goa is that the area was reclaimed by a wealthy Portuguese called Mosimikar in the 1770s. The gentleman's real name was Antonio João de Sequeira. Since he had returned with good fortune from Mozambique, East Africa, he soon earned his new nickname. The area he owned became his coconut plantations. The estate and its surroundings were occupied by plantation workers, sailors, and fishermen. The aristocratic Portuguese officers resided in Old Goa at that time. However, in the later years, when Old Goa faced several epidemics, the Portuguese shifted their capital to Panji. So, as I mentioned, this heritage walk in Panjim is all about discovering the Portuguese influence, and the Latin Quarters in Goa is a bustling area in Panjim with tons of shops, cafes, and residential homes. All of these are housed in the original buildings built by the Portuguese. So, as you embark on this heritage walk in Goa, keep an eye out for these unusual and traditional aspects of the buildings. After several twists and turns of the winding streets of Fontaine House, we reached this white corner with a bright red well. This old well reminded us that it was built by a Portuguese, and we also remembered the Portuguese roosters. So, what I loved about Fontainhas was the Gitanjali Gallery, the cafes, the Chapel of Saint Sebastian, but I was much disappointed with the rooster and the red wall and the Fountain of Phoenix. I personally feel that Fontainhas, although it is a living UNESCO heritage site, has not been maintained at all. So most of the houses in the South Tom Fontainhas heritage area are in a precarious condition. Although some of the homes really look colorful and the cafes are doing well, but I feel that the vagaries of the weather are also taking a heavy toll. So these are the woes of a heritage area, and of late, with the popularity soaring in the age of Instagram, there is a constant flow of tourists intent on capturing the best angle for their Instagram reels. It has also become a favorite location for pre-wedding shoots. In the process, a lot of pollution and garbage is left on the doorsteps of the residents. Roads are blocked, and also property have been damaged. So we should all be accountable for this kind of damage. And it is essential that the heritage sites should be preserved. And by the way, the Fontainhas gets its name, meaning fountain, from the Fonte Phoenix, the fountain of the Phoenix spring at the foot of the hill. The distinctive feature of this tour was the Immaculate Conception Church, and the architecture was simply divine. So now a boutique visit, Goa Tarini. Although this is not my first visit to Goa, but I planned it very uniquely and I decided to explore the unexplored side of Goa in 2024. Now, Baga, Kalangote, Tito's Bar, Panji Market, and Basilica of Bomb Chasers, that is pretty much your itinerary every time you plan a trip to Goa. Little did we know that there are numerous hidden places in Goa, the gems that remain concealed in its hep streets and verdant naturescapes, just waiting to be explored. So, if you wish to experience the untouched, unspoiled, rather pristine version of this coastal beauty, then you must head to these unexplored yet outright divine places in Goa on your next trip. Make sure you don't miss out on any, and I will give you a glimpse of some of these picturesque places, really unexplored and off the beat. Goa, often celebrated for its lively beaches and vibrant nightlife, hides many lesser known spots that offer a quieter, more authentic experience. So, whether you are a nature lover, a history buff, or simply seeking solitude, these unexplored places in Goa will captivate. Panaji or Panjim remains the most famous tourist destination in Goa in terms of churches, beaches, carnivals, and natural beauty. Being the capital city, it is the focal point of tourism in Goa. The town has some beautiful red, blue, green, yellow roofed buildings made in Portuguese Baroque style. We took it slow, a nourishing breakfast which sets the tone for a productive day. And I feel that mornings are made for slow sips and meaningful bites. And breakfast is an opportunity to nourish not just the body but the soul. And at the Crescent, you always start the day mindfully with an awesome breakfast that fuels both body and mind.
So today we are off to Aguada beach, and after that probably we'll go to Kola beach and then the Sal river. But I don't know whether it will be possible or not because it's raining and it's monsoon in Goa. So let's see what happens.
Well, I was very thrilled to go to Palolem Beach, and Palolem Beach is probably one of the most gorgeous beaches of South Goa and generally famous among foreign tourists who flock here often. And I'm very happy with the weather now. The sun has come up.
और तब तो हमारा और डर लगेगा दूसरा आदमी
Palolem seemed the perfect place where we could relax, unwind, and
And my Polaroid will capture the Goa vibes with succinct impressions.
Now, Palolem is known to be one of the most scenic and clean beaches in Goa, and it lies in Kanakona in southern Goa, and it's a favorite among foreigners. Now, I wanted to visit this beach because it's and has epic views. Located in the charming town of Kanakona, Goa, Palolem Beach is a picturesque destination known for its crescent-shaped shoreline, swaying palm trees, and pristine white sands. The beach is approximately 70 kilometers from Panaji, the capital of Goa, and is easily accessible by road. The name Palolem is derived from the local word palm, which refers to the abundance of palm trees in the area. Palolem Beach is famous for its laid-back atmosphere, vibrant beach shacks, and stunning sunsets. But what I love most about Palolem Beach is the backwaters, the mangrove forest, and we took a boat ride, which was phenomenal. And also we saw oysters, and the balanced rock were also very significant features of this. One of the best places to relish the picturesque Now, Palolem Beach is a place where all the night techno parties and commonplace cliches found further north were minimal. It's a place more isolated, more tranquil, and perhaps more to our tastes, and it was kind of true. You see, whilst Palolem may now be much more of a holiday destination than of the beaten track beach town, it still gave us so much of what we wanted from a time in Goa. And now for the lagoon ride or the boat ride in the mangrove forests of Goa.
पूरा साइड सीन कराएगा, ईगल फीडिंग,
Okay.
बर्ड वॉचिंग है, बैलेंसिंग रॉक है, वो सब कराएगा. हाँ.
So, ready for the boat ride, and we are going to unravel the mangroves of Goa. Okay, come on. So, on our way to unravel the backwaters of Palolem.
Now, Palolem beach is largely unspoiled and is inhabited by both local fishermen and by foreign tourists who live in
ये
shacks
पत्थर
along
कैसे
the shore
ओ
or
उधर
in
ना
the main
oyster
village
होता है अच्छा
itself.
अच्छा
It's about 1 mile, approximately 1.61 kilometer long and crescent shaped, and one can view the
बैलेंसिंग पत्थर
entire
मतलब
beach
क्या है
from either end. Now, a mangrove forest boat ride in Palolem can be a wonderful. Perched on the edge of a huge patterned rock, as you can see in the video, on the banks of this rivulet, the magic rock or the balanced rock is certainly a piece of mystic and magical in the verdant backwaters of Palolem. Interesting formations of Tronchimite gneiss rocks scattered on the shore and in the waters of Palolem beach impart a bewitching ambience to this stretch of coastline in South Goa. However, geologists say that such formations of rocks are created in some places due to wind erosion. It's a geological marvel that continues to weave its This mangrove safari turned out to be the best part of my trip. The highlight of this small boat cruise was the sight of eagles diving to catch whatever food was thrown into the water. In this case, the boatman was feeding the eagles with chicken, and it was a phenomenal sight indeed.
Oh wow, wonderful এরকম দৃশ্য my god हाँ इधर भी करना हाँ बहुत सुंदर है बहुत सुंदर
वो बड़ा एक ठो उधर बैठा है वो पेड़ में।
पीछे लास्ट
वो पीछे वाला
लास्ट 3-4 बैठा ना
फिशिंग बोट ना। यहाँ नेट छोड़ा।
आइडिया चाहिए हमारे नेट उड़ाने का।
फिर बोलो।
ऑयस्टर पानी में ऑयस्टर होता है, वो निकाल के औरत को निकालता है, बाद में सेलिंग करता है वो फ्राई करके खाता है
मसाला डाल के। वो नारियल पेस्ट बोला जो तुमने।
हाँ, एक बार नारियल का पेस्ट डालता है, वो ऐसा चिली बनाता है ना,
चिली ऑयस्टर। अच्छा, अभी ऑयस्टर जो पानी में, ये पानी में बहुत ऑयस्टर्स है ना।
ये पानी में बहुत।
अच्छा, और अभी जो ऑयस्टर्स पत्थर में देखा वो जाके लटक के रहता है। और तुम लोग वहीं से निकलते हो। ओके। तो यहाँ पर ऑयस्टर्स बिकते भी है ना।
बेच देता है।
अच्छा,
ठीक। उसका बहुत महंगा है, वो
महंगा है ना। ओके।
ऑयस्टर क्या वो डिफिकल्ट रहता है ना निकालने का।
अच्छा,
इसलिए वो मिलता
नहीं होता है क्या।
वो मिलता भी नहीं, वो निकालने का तभी पानी कम होता है ना।
हाँ,
तभी वो निकलता है।
अच्छा। वाइट वाला है ना ऑयस्टर्स। ओके। हाँ। तो इसमें जो है ना हाथ पैर कट जाते हैं।
वो इसका ब्लेड जैसा
धार है। ओके, प्लेट्स टाइप का।
CaboDeRama, deriving its name from the Hindu epic the Ramayana. This ancient fort far predates the Portuguese rule in Goa, making it one of the oldest forts in Goa. Though time and the elements have weathered this proud structure, it still stands today, guarding the mouth of the Sal River and commanding panoramic views of the ocean and the surrounding country. Here comes the sun today, glorious and shining brightly, and the perfect day to visit Cabo de Rama Fort. My advice would be not to allow children to go up the fort, as the trek can be very dangerous and slippery. The fort provides a good vantage point to watch the sunset over the Arabian Sea, and this ancient fort has been standing on the bluff overlooking the cape for centuries. It changed hands many times during its history and was controlled sometimes by the Hindu rulers and sometimes by the Muslim rulers. The Portuguese wrested it from the control of the Raja of Sunda in 1763 and remained in control of it for the rest of the colonial rule in Goa. So, with respect to the legend and lore, the fort gets its name from Lord Rama, hero of the epic Ramayana. It is said that he and his beloved wife Sita took refuge here during the time they were exiled from Ayodhya. Hence, the fort and the cape have been named after him. So, after visiting the church, I was on my way towards the Cabo de Rama beach, and I heard that the trek was quite
Going to the Pebble beach through this trek, And CaboDeRama trek is quite rough, and to go to the top of the fort is also quite dangerous. So I suggest all my viewers to take caution while going up the fort of CaboDeRama.
Now, Cabo de Rama, known among the local citizens as CaboDeRama, a beautiful beach in the south of Goa. Locals consider the beach to be one of the most beautiful places in the country, which is situated at the distance of 28 km from Margao, 19 km from Aguada beach, and 2 km from Cabo de Rama Fort. Now, I was treading very slowly and carefully because there was no stairs or steps actually. So it was like sliding down through the rocks. And it's no secret that the sand blankets most of Goa's beaches. But there is one in South Goa, which is Cabo de Rama, that stands out with its alluring display of pebbles, and it is known as the Pebble Beach. So from the fort, you have to head towards the left, where you will find a narrow gate with a signboard directing you to the Pebbles beach. The tricky part is navigating the steps leading down to the beach, as I've told you, which takes roughly 10 to 12 minutes additional time to reach your Pebbles destination. While the view from the top of the beach is awe-inspiring, heading down might reveal an even more breathtaking and beautiful scene. And somehow I just made it to the Pebble Beach. My husband only came halfway and he was taking pictures for me. So what makes this viewpoint stunning is the way the rocks, sea and hills complement each other, creating a serene and relaxing space. So next time you are in Goa, remember this kooky place, and you will find yourself in Goa and want to spend time by the shore, and you make sure you head to this beach in South Goa. You will not be disappointed at all. So this offbeat Goa, a Goa that few end up discovering, is everything I need to recharge my batteries, catch up on work and retreat into society. And today I experience the best of Goa, the quaint little island serenaded by gentle backwaters, love the migratory birds, and finally the CaboDeRama Fort and beach, which really made my vacation unique and unconventional. So embrace the atypical travel enthusiast in you and traverse through these unusual destinations in Goa.
This is my state after climbing up the stairs from the Pebble Beach. I'm just panting.
Kindly follow my YouTube channel Life on Fleek Dimita. Part 2 of my Goa vlog follows. So please stay tuned.